in the situation that I ended up in yesterday. But first, I'm going to let y'all know that the video that I made about putting laxatives in someone's food, I am aware that that is a crime. I didn't actually put laxatives in food. It was a rage bait joke. And I know that looks horrible for me now after this situation. Anyways, my charging port on my phone was not working whatsoever, and I couldn't get it to work. I had to use this portable charger that you put on the back of your phone. I didn't want to use that because it was hard for me to hold my phone and use that at the same time. And then there was this glitch where it kept on turning on and showing me the Apple screen and then turning back off, and I was just like, ooh. So I freaked out about it, and I was like, okay, I just need to go get a new charger because Twinkle always tears up my chargers. Twinkle's my cat, for those of you who don't know. And my boyfriend wanted to sleep. He was tired. It was around 12 a.m. Reasonably, he's not going to drive me to a gas station to get a charger. But luckily, and a little unluckily, I live by a good few gas stations. Therefore, I decided to go on foot. I walked to a marathon, and that's whenever I realized I forgot my wallet. That I didn't have any money on me. Or my ID on me. Nothing. And as you know, my phone is not working. It's not turning on. I have no way to know exactly where I'm at. I just got to remember where I came from. So I could see a Circle K from the marathon, and I went to Circle K because I know that place is like busy at night. People were running in and out. Then I met this 50-year-old man who was holding pizza and stuff. He put it in a crate. He asked me if I was homeless. I said, no, I'm not homeless. I just left because I got mad at my boyfriend. He immediately just started trying to get me to go somewhere with him. And me having nothing to do, being angry at my boyfriend, I'm like, woo, whatever. So I made the dumb decision to go with him wherever he wanted to go. I was like, because he swore to me it wasn't far, and I was scared of him. But I just was like, he says it's not far, and, I can run if I need to. Well, at least that's what I thought. Anyways, he takes me to this place, and I sit on the staircase until his friend lets me into the apartment. Now we're in this little apartment building, and they're giving me alcohol. I look away from my drink for a second, and I'm talking to this lady, the lady who owns that apartment. They are making fun of me for not smoking crack. But I look away, and in the corner of my eye, it looked like he dropped something in my drink. But I wasn't sure, and I wasn't gonna, accuse. I drank it anyway. Soon after, he started rushing me out of the apartment. He wanted to leave, and he told me that makes him very... He said he was just looking at me, and he was as the cement that we were walking on, the concrete. I felt really weird about what he said, and I was like, oh, really? And then he started touching me and attempted to kiss me. I turned my head, and I was like, no. He pulled out and he grabbed my hand, and he put my hand on it. And at that point, I was like, oh, okay, let's keep on walking. Let's go to another gas station. Because what I was trying to do was make sure that I was close to home and I knew where I was. And I already knew at this point, I'm fucked. He didn't bother me for a little bit there. He did cuss me out a lot for talking, because he told me, you talk too damn fucking much. And I was like, I'm sorry, I made you mad. And then he was so mad at me for telling him I was sorry. I don't know, drags make people weird. Anyway, since he was homeless, I figured I was going to just buy him a hotel and leave, walk myself back home. So I withdrew $200 from the ATM to get him a hotel. He made it take forever to go to the hotel. I was walking there with him like a dumbass. But I was at a point where I was scared to run. Oh, did I mention that I was really, really drunk at this point, and he bought me alcohol, and I was like really drunk at that point. So I was not in my right mind whatsoever. That's the only thing I can say is probably the reason I was going to walk with him, because I didn't know how to get back and I didn't feel safe walking alone. But I really wasn't safe walking at all. I fell so many times. He walked me down these little stairs and told me he knows a good spot, and I'm like, okay. Like for us to chill and just hang out for a minute. Over there, he forced me to do the glock, yeah. Pulling my hair, cussing me out, calling me his bitch, forcing my head down until I got physically sick. Facing my phobia. But he slapped me, because I tried to stop at that point, and he slapped me. And he was basically ripping my hair out at that point. He removed my clothes after I begged him not to, but quickly told me to put them back on. And then we start walking again. We're back on the way to the motel. I'm still very intoxicated. He brings me to these bushes where I had went to Walgreens earlier to go to the bathroom, and that's also where I did my ATM withdrawal. I don't want to go into too much detail, but I had my clothing forcefully removed. He's into ass, okay? I'm 4'11", he was like 6 foot. He kept on telling me to bend over against a concrete wall. I was really drunk, I fell, and I got hurt whenever I fell. He started bitching at me for that as well. He attempted, you know what, on my butt, and then got really mad at me because I was short. Anyways, I left my Walgreens bag in the bushes that he rushed me out of because he was so paranoid. Then he, on the way to the motel, because we are still on the way to the motel, he finds this little dumpster that's like, you know, encaged with wood. He brings me in there. I'm thinking that it's just because, you know, he's gonna light up his little, and, you know. Meanwhile, peer pressuring me to do it, and I know that y'all think I do that type of stuff, but I don't, and I won't, and I never will, and they were calling me so lame for it. I did not fall for peer pressure a single time. Anyways, inside of that little dumpster enclosure, he ends up trying to attempt another, you know, on me. Every time that I tell him no, I get cussed out. Every time that I tell him, hey, I don't want to do this, I am getting cussed out, and I am getting grabbed, and I am getting, you know, just forced to do stuff that I don't want to do. And I was afraid of him, so I gave in to a couple of things with him because I was afraid of him. I'd never met him before. I was afraid to run because I didn't know, because I was drunk and he wasn't. And the chances of me falling and him getting me seemed more dangerous than me being with him. So that's why I didn't run. Anyways, he dropped this little glass. He wanted me to look for it, but I didn't have a phone, so I couldn't shine a flashlight. He had a little flashlight on him. Turns out while he was looking for it, he accidentally stepped on it and started cussing me out because I made him break his. I told him that I would pay him back for it. So now we're on the way to another ATM so that I can pay him back for it because he is so angry with me, and I am terrified that he's either gonna me or I don't know what he's gonna do. I was withdrawing more money for him. Ooh, this shit makes me mad. This money was coming from my savings. This was money that I needed to pay rent because I don't have money except for money for rent. But I'm doing this because I'm kind of fearing for my life. So more money out of the ATM for this dude. Paid him back, and then we finally walked to the motel. He only spent $80 on the hotel. Meanwhile, he had like $250. I tried to get him a few nights there because he was sleeping on a church porch, and I felt bad for him. Anyways, we get to the motel, my dumbass. I walk into the room. He's insulting the room about how much he hates it, how horrible it is. I lay on the bed because I've been walking for hours, and I get pinned down and choked. Clothes forcefully removed, cussing at me to give him a little of the glog again, and I tried, I did my best, but that wasn't good enough. Penetration, no lube, or self either, because I was not into him. I was scared of him. So that's whenever he raped me, and it lasted for about 20 minutes till he flipped me over and bended me over, and he did it in the ass. Again, no lube. Now, that shit's painful. And it was really big. It was painful. He ended up moving back to the other hole. This is gonna get removed from TikTok, dude. Where he exploded, you know what, into the forbidden area. No protection. But it was over then, yay, and now he's calling me annoying, and so anyways, we're walking back, because he's not even gonna stay at the hotel that I got him. He didn't like it enough, he'd rather sleep on the porch. He wants to go to Goodwill. I told him I'm going home after. I'm trying to withdraw more money from the ATM. My card's locked. Card's disabled. But my boyfriend sees the transactions that are being attempted to be made. He shows up to the location. I stayed at that ATM for about 15 minutes, hoping he would see the transactions. The moment he showed up, I told him everything. He called the police. Dude immediately got detained, and I went into a crisis center. But yeah, my card's fucked up, can't use it anymore, and I have no access to my money. And that's it. Here's how I